When I was a young man, I had to do national service. We were four brothers. Teddy went to university and got his national service deferred. My mother was not keen for my younger twin brothers, Mansell and Bill, to do their national service, and neither were they. One way of avoiding it was to work in the pit, so this is what they did. Mansell was on staff training to be a surveyor in the Six Bells Colliery. Bill was working in Lanarth Colliery as a ring holder. It turned out that the ring holders were better paid at Six Bells. As Bill was unmarried and his wife was expecting, he decided to work in Six Bells instead. Mansell decided to join Bill as a ring holder, even though his manager tried to persuade him to carry on with his training. I was living in Cwmbran at the time, and the last time we saw Mansell, he mentioned something about gas, but I can't remember the details. When the explosion happened, 6 weeks after they started, neither of them should have been down there. However, Bill had decided to do a doubler, having worked the night shift. By the time his wife was actually in hospital about to have the baby, and they needed the extra money, Mansell was planning to take his young lady to a dance at the Newbridge Memo that night, so he swapped shifts. The first we heard of the accident was when a neighbour heard it on the radio. At the time, we had no idea that my twin brothers were involved. Later, we were told they were missing, but we didn't know that they had not survived. It was many hours later that the news reached us. My wife Edna and I stayed over. My mother put on a brave face, but my father took it very badly. As an ex-miner, he probably knew what had happened. He never really got over it and died 18 months later. The next day, I went to identify the bodies with my brother Terry. Bill's body was the first one in the line at the pit head. The gas had turned his skin red. The shock too much for my brother, and he passed out. I had to look at nearly all the bodies before I identified Mansell. I knew many of them and had been in school with some of them. It was a very hard day. Mansell had been caught by the full blast. I was given the option of open or closed caskets, and I decided that it would be kinder for the family if they were both closed. I never told my mother why, but I'm sure my father knew the reason.